Hey, this is Tracy with Color Me This. We are on episode 118 today. We're doing the daily color in the small victories. I am finally going to get done with the bugs. I have one last bug to do on the second row. It's actually a moth. And I'm going to zoom in. Yesterday I had some focus issues with one of the butterflies. I never really figured out what the root cause was of that problem, so I apologize for that. Sadly, once you get filming, what you get is what you get. I had Hub crashing around in the kitchen, not realizing he was being noisy. So today we're finishing off with the Maries. A pencil I do really like. One thing about this particular moth, and I don't know if it has this heart upside down heart shaped dotted line set of wings, I think like a double set, so I might try to do something tricksy. I have some colors here. I am going with possibly yellow and purple, so we will see. I'm going to get a little yellow going here. This is number 4. It is the lighter yellow, and I don't have 05, which is the darker one, so I might, after I finish this, add a little 05, which is the darker yellow. And then I am going to be pretty light in here because I believe I'm going to have this bit of iridescent that's going to be the Jelly Roll Clear Shimmer. So I'm going to leave that very faint. And then I've got a set of purples. Actually, I have 2 sets of purples. Let's see if I grabbed them in the correct. I did not. So we have a violet. It is, they are, I should say, 30 and 31. 30 and 31. More of a violet tone. And then I have a selection of more blue-purple. So the violet has the red tones in it. And the, again, I'm guessing on the colors here because I don't have my little sheet next to me. We've got, let's see if you can see them. Yep, not perfectly clear, but 155, 129, and 42. I have some extra purples lurking. And I do have my new favorite, 94. And I even grabbed 120, which is black. This is the dark purple gray, 94. I actually, just for curiosity's sake, compared it to the charcoal gray, which is 409 in the Pablo. And it's very similar. It just doesn't have that twinge of pinky purple to it. So I am going to, I'm looking at the tips because I told you that the tips seem to be, so I'm going to go pretty light here. Because I plan on covering this with shimmer. Then the middle tone. And the dark. And then I'm going to just do dark right here. This is probably not going to take all that long. And then I'll get switched over to the final set that I am still not ready to reveal to you yet. All right, so now I'm pulling back the 2 violets. I only have 2 violet tones, so this is the lighter one. Here is the darker. And now on the outer part of the wing that is not going to be iridescent, I will be letting them, for my dark, since I only had 2, I'm going to pull, oh, that's 120. That was the black. I am not going to use the black. Not for that anyway. I'm going to go to the 94. And then we've got 31 is the lighter tone. I will tell you, it's funny, yesterday looking at the video, so many little marks were left from working on the other page. And then I look at them now, I don't see the marks, so they just show when you're zoomed in, or it's possible somehow that I erased them, colored over them. I don't know, but I don't see them anymore. It's pretty darn crazy. Okay, so that's still pretty light. I haven't committed to this plan. Going back to the middle color. And the dark. I have my 3 purples, light to dark, for the top. This is the lightest tone. Oops, sorry about that. That's me hitting the camera. Still, not still. Pardon my sneeze. All right, 2 shades. I'm going to bring that lighter purple back. So here we have, I'm going to do my favorite color, 94 again, the purpley charcoal, purpley version of the Pablo charcoal. And then I have a little bit of black. I want to get a little shadow going here. All right, then the last bit that I brought 120 out for, which is the black, is for this. I got it nice and sharp. All right, that is all for this little guy, and we will get situated. I'll show you I did a little bit of work on all of these last night. I still haven't done anything with his body yet. All right, I am going to pause and go get the other set we're going to work with for the last row. Be right back. Hey, I'm back. I have the last set. Marie's was the first part of this, and today, now we do the last row, all in the prangs, because prangs are next. So, I haven't even pulled any. I only have this 50 set, and it is my personal set for coloring group, for doing little lessons and techniques practice. So let's get out our book, get it open to our page. That was our last Marie's, and we're going to have to tilt the book sideways, and then I think I'm going to move the camera actually forward a tiny bit so I can now zoom in. I am not sure if we will have any issues with focus like yesterday. It's just a random thing that happens and it didn't seem like my knuckle caused the issue. So this is a pretty elaborate one, and I am just going to I am looking here at the tones that we used so far on the other two rows, and I have pulled a few colors. These are numbered by me, they only have names. So the trick will be that I will have to put names because you guys won't know what the numbers mean since these don't come with numbers. So I'm using Ocean Blue. There's Ocean Blue's name, and then there's blue, and then dark blue. So I'm going to start with these blues, and the reason why I'm picking blues, in the other two rows there are no blues on any of the bugs. So we do have one lighter. If I want to start one lighter, I do have, I will just share a sky blue. So that's our full range of blues. And I am going to start with the sky blue, and we've got this elaborate pattern, so let's just see if we can do something fun with each of these little segments on either side. I'm going with the idea of the, like a flower, the outer edges as the petal opens, and the farthest away from the center is the aged part of the flower. That's what I'm going for here. These are not going to have the pigment power of the Pablos or the Maries, but they are a pleasant pencil to work with. They're pretty quiet. I hear a little noise. They're not quite as noisy as and dry as Pablos. They have a little more oily feel to them. And I have spent a lot of quality time with them. That was the third darkest, and now this is our darkest color. So we'll get in there and I'm gonna say that maybe we want to be dark where this has little dots. I'm going back to the third darkest. Second darkest. This particular set I've actually loaned out to a couple of coloring group folks, so they have had a lot of use, and there's still so much pencil left. In general, pencils really do last a very long time. Back to the lightest color. All right. Now I have to decide, what do I want to do? Oops, I wonder if the, since the phone just went dark, I have to make sure we have power. So I'm going to close my book. I have a power cord, and I'm going to find it. I might pause, and I will be back. We are at 21 minutes. So I'm pausing. All right, I have returned. I have grabbed the black. Oh, this is dark blue. They're very close to the same color barrel. So you can see that the pigmentation of the prangs is not quite there, but they really are a very smooth, easy pencil to work with. I think we have 23 or so minutes left. All right, I have to decide what I'm going to use. I think I'm going to work on, there is this fine purple, and then I have golden yellow. So we'll see what we can do with these. To be the darker counterpart, I'm using, for the purple, I'm going to use violet. think since we only have the 20 minutes left, I'm going to leave the body of the butterflies unfinished. Right. Now, let's see how this looks. All right, we're gonna call that done. I will clean it up later, and I will work on the body next. So moving on to our first beetle. Setting these colors down. Grabbing a few colors. So we have two beetles in a row. I'm grabbing Plum, Berry Red, and Magenta. So here's what the barrels look like for the next three colors: Plum, Berry Red, Magenta, or in the order of light to dark: Magenta, Berry Red, and Plum. pretty simple. Let's see what we have in the grays. Maybe we'll do brown. We have sepia. So sepia and brown we will use next. Sepia being the darker color, brown being the lighter. I can actually zoom this in a little bit. At least these legs are a little bit larger. Moving to the lighter color for the rest of the body. This is back to the sepia. Trying to get a little more depth in there. With such a smooth paper, it's difficult. I am using heavy pressure now to try to get some shading going. And we have one finished beetle. Let's see if the second beetle fits. It does. Okay. So I'm going to be running out of my 50 colors really soon here. Let's just see. Okay, now I'm pulling out a range of colors, fall colors, we'll say. And let's get them put in the correct order. So 4 fall colors. Let's see, we're really zoomed in. So we've got olive green, tangerine, sienna brown, and rosewood. A fall yellow, mustard to tannish orange. And then a deep burgundy color. Okay, a little bit of the light. All right, so now I am going to go with the light in the middle. It's like the sunshine beetle. I am going to pull. I don't want to do that, so let me find the black. That's not black. That is black. And that looks like a heart to me. We'll see if I can fill it in. I'm using Rosewood. Getting some two-tone on the legs. All right, beetle number 2 done. Oops, gonna have to clean that up. That came out pretty good. Interesting. Okay. Next, we're going on to the butterfly. Oh, trying to come up with colors we haven't used. And of course, this is the smallest set for this page. I am gonna have to use greens. So let's grab just grab a set of 4 green tones. What's the darkest I have? The darkest is green. All right, so light to dark, which all of these are in the opposite. In the case, they're the opposite, so I have to keep rearranging. All right, so let's see what we can do with a base color of light green, sage green, leaf green, and green. Okay, now let's try out this. This is our darkest green we have. Leaf green now. this is the brightest green that we have available to us. Okay, now I'm going to try to see. I think I've come up in my mind. We'll see if it works with a color to work with these. I'm going to bring in some pink, and it is called pink. Get back to the leaf green, which is the brightest green. All right. Framing that in with the dark. Back to my pink. Okay, now I'm gonna grab, find it. Yep, I'm gonna grab, this is Sepia. Going in putting in some shadows. And we're going to move on to the last one because we're just about out of time. I'm going to save the body for later. One last little bit. And then we have our last butterfly. All right, last one. We've got some colors left here. Setting the greens down. Let's do, oh, and I found a color for that one. I forgot. We have reds, and then I do have this dark rose color. Dark rose that I was thinking could be a nice little pop of bright on this. Sorry, I have to move it up here. So this is what I'm thinking of doing with the rose. So I'll go back in. I can tell I have to sharpen this. It actually broke off at some point. And I'll have to clean that little mess up. So I'll be playing with that. Let's get to the last one. And then I will prepare for the weekly color. So here we have the reds. I should show you what they are. Lightest to darkest. The salmon is a peachy red. Salmon, red, orange, and red. So starting with the lightest, blocking in some colors. The dots will probably be the Stardust Jelly Roll. That is pretty dull. So I'll have to come in here with a darker color since this red is not all that dark. And as I said last night, this will have to be a little bit longer. I knew in my previous episode that I just can't quite get a whole row, and this was a whole row of bugs plus the purple. So forgive me for going long. Grabbing, I'm looking at a dark color. Let's go with, let's see how this works. Berry red. See how that goes. Are we focused? Oh yeah, that's nice. That will work. One of the things I have noticed on most butterflies is they seem to all have black on them. Most of them anyway. So let's get our black out. Black.
I believe that I am going to go ahead and stop now since I'm so far over. And I'll surprise you with the three bodies. Actually, in the second row has one, so I have 4 bug bodies. And then the little part of these wings I might make like an iridescent. We will see about that. All right, so this is the conclusion of our short week, and I will be coming right back with a weekly color wrap-up, see what I did on the 2 pages, and show you my embellishing that I did for them. And then I will pick this back up on Monday with our next pages, and finishing off this set of budget pencils. I am finished with the Prangs, so we're moving on to the end of the alphabet, and then I've been thinking over what I will do since I've done 2 rounds of the budget pencils, mixing in a professional pencil each week. We will see what I want to do, if I want to change that up going forward. So do all the YouTube things: like, share, comment, and consider subscribing. And I will see you at the weekly color.